What is up, my amazing YouTube friends? My name is B, this is P4S, and I am so excited that you're here because I get to follow up on a detailing video that I made back in like the holiday time frame on my beautiful bride's 2019 Volkswagen Atlas. Beautiful car, metallic paint, but it got damaged on that the passenger rear door, and it had to be repainted. I want to ceramic coat. I'll just probably do the whole thing because the ceramic coating isn't lasting as long as I wanted it to. But regardless, I have to do that door. And then a couple other spots had to be repainted. Like right here, there was a spot somewhere. Just damage. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna just really quickly get it deep cleaned, absolutely washed. We'll polish it on down, and then definitely focusing on that door because it's pretty swirled over there. We're gonna get it all prepped and ready, and then we're gonna do some graphene ceramic coating on it because I owe this to my wife. Let's do it. It's gonna be sick. I'm 1000% certain that this has carpeted rear wheel wells, not in the front, which isn't bad. The wheels and tires aren't too bad. The front, especially that front passenger for whatever, always has a ton of brake dust. So we'll for sure film that one, but it's just odd how much it collects. But regardless, let's get to work. If this were a maintenance wash, I'd use a little bit less harsh pre-wash, but I'm gonna use Koch Chemie Green Star, which is a little bit more harsh for your everyday keep up wash on the graphene ceramic coating. And since I'm gonna strip this, I am going to use something like this. There's a ton of bugs everywhere and a lot of dust. It's my fault, I haven't washed it in like 3 weeks. Sins, I know, but I had the garage chuck full of detailing customers' cars. So sorry, beautiful bride, it's on me. That I never did a follow-up after the damage happened. Atlas versus Gladiator. Atlas lost for sure. We'll talk about that in a minute. How much it cost, what they actually had to do, and all that. I realized I let you down because I didn't follow up. Sorry about that. You can see on the hood here the way the water is beating and just going off. The ceramic is still holding good here. Where I'm worried about it and why I'm redoing it is check out when we get to the doors over here, how the ceramic, it's pretty much gone. I don't know why. Maybe I do. Definitely part of the ceramic process is hyper cleaning. We're gonna hyper clean. We're just gonna super deep clean with the foam cannon. So let's go foam cannoning. time to decontaminate. Adam's iron remover, and it looks like I need to fill it up. Because we do a pretty decent job of keeping up with the maintenance on the Atlas, because it's a detailer's car, there's not a ton of contamination. Regardless, because we're gonna polish, especially this rear door, we're going to compound and polish. We wanna make sure there's no contamination on the paint. One way to tell if the ceramic coating isn't holding like it used to and having those protective qualities is if after the washing and getting the pores cleaned, you can see that it's not beading. I found a spot that's a really great example. Check out right here. You can tell on this gas cap cover, it's working just fine. The water beads and falls off. But right here, the water does not bead and flow off like that. So that's what I'm talking about. This is the failed part. This is the success part. I don't know why. Well, we'll talk more about why as we keep going. Probably important to talk about what actually happened in case you haven't seen that other video, which, of course I recommend watching all of my epic content, but a Gladiator, this is Gladiator versus Atlas, because a Gladiator in a parking lot just turned and took the front bumper into that rear passenger door. And you can see as I'm doing the paint inspection, when they put the new paint on, it's really hazy. It's not very beautiful, not like the rest of this vehicle. But I do, and I will keep talking about how even though after 3.5, almost 4 years, I think about 3.5, almost 4 years with this 7-year coating. This isn't even the advanced graphene ceramic coating. This is just the 7-year, the OG formula. Even after about 4 years of being on here, it's failing, of course, on those lower doors. I really do think I know why I'm formulating how I want to talk about it. But even though it's failing there, the swirls that come with normal car ownership and normal just dealing with your vehicle aren't there. I looked around the whole paint, and the graphene ceramic coating, which is why I recommend it to my customers, it's doing its job. It's holding on incredibly well, even though some of it's degraded and gone away. I guess serendipitous or fortuitous that we have to re-ceramic this door and do the rest of it anyway because it is failing in those spots, even though I've maintained it very, very well. But I would say it's been worth the cost because it has done its job so far. We are to the point in the detail that we must begin polishing. We're going to polish with a microfiber. No, this is a microfiber. Goodness, this is a foam pad. We are going to compound or cut with a microfiber pad. We are going to use some of my favorite products, which are Ultra Cut from CarPro and Essence from CarPro, not Reflect. Reflect is good, but Essence is better. We're gonna start. The only place I really need to cut or compound is this door. There's a ding in there as well, this door right here. And we also need to compound, oh, there's a scratch right here. Oh, and right here. This right where the rear liftgate goes because of things going in and out of there. Probably kids. Grumble, grumble. scratches. There were 2 on the door that I'll show here in just a bit. They're permanent, they're deep. I'd have to repaint those little pieces. And it's a bummer because we got the whole door repainted, which is why the graphene failed there, because this is new paint. But the 2 scratches that are there happened after that repair, which is funny. It's honestly funny. But let's polish the whole thing. We'll start here with this little area by the trunk. I noticed my beautiful bride helped her bestie with a wedding reception yesterday and a wedding luncheon. That's what she helped with. And so the giant cooler is still back there, apparently. I totally spaced it was there. As a family, we always love adventures. Spartacus has got a friend back there. He and the monkey are playing, and they're playing in the water. It's hot, and it's a beautiful time to be playing in the water in the desert. But they're out there playing, and he has all 3 of my beautiful bride, Spartacus, and monkey have these mesh bags. So, they're playing with them right now. Otherwise, I would show you. But the mesh bags they use to collect cool rocks or anything they find. We were in this lake the other day just down in the desert, and it's a reservoir. And Spartacus picked up a bunch of fishing lures that had been abandoned, and he found this one, and this thing was hooked into the mesh. I am not kidding, not exaggerating. It took me 7 minutes to get this out of the mesh. Try not to rip the mesh bag so that I ruined it, of course. So trying to salvage this treble hook. It's not even a treble hook. This trolling hook, this lure, took forever. We're getting super close to ceramic time. I did want to talk about the cost of repairs. A couple of homies were guessing about above $2,000, and I had some wicked nasty stories of other accidents when I did the video and asked what you guys, my epic viewers, thought of how much this was going to cost. It actually only ended up costing us $1,000, which was expensive, but not as expensive as it could have been. I want this ceramic coating to last, as long as possible. So we're going to prep properly with Surface Prep from Adams. I am so excited. I will get into talking as I'm applying the graphene ceramic coating. I will talk about why I think the first piece of the coating failed or why it didn't last the full 7 years that I anticipated. And I blame myself for the most part. We'll talk about it. One thing that I have a hard time putting into words is just how much I love working on Volkswagen paint. I have an Audi too. They are probably one of the hardest paints, so they correct really, really well. And after they are paint corrected, they look amazing. Honestly, it's a great analogy for my beautiful wife. She is absolutely tough and the most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Not only does she have a beautiful everything as far as her body and her face and everything like that, but her soul is beautiful as well. How I tricked her into marrying me, I do not know, because she is the only reason this thing works, well, my life works, and I'm just not that great of a person. Not compared to her. She is my everything. You may be curious why. I kind of blame myself for this ceramic coating failing. Being a detailer, especially a weekend warrior detailer, during most of the year, I end up detailing a lot on the weekends. What that means is during the week, I'm doing lots of other things, and during the weekend when I could detail my own vehicles, they are outside, waiting for customers' cars to leave the garage, because obviously customers' cars take priority. But what that means is I just never have time to actually detail my own vehicles. And I personally think the salt sitting on the sides, again, negligence on my part, I think the salt sitting on the side eroded or degraded that graphene coating till it just wasn't doing much. But still think it was worth it because there's no swirls, which is awesome. I would like to take some time to thank my beautiful wife. Obviously, excuse me, this was long overdue. You deserve the world, and thank you. I love you. This was so epic. I love this paint, and I'm biased, of course, because it's my beautiful bride's car, but it really is beautiful. The metallic, it corrects really well. Oh, long overdue, but it looks so good. See you on the next one.